Hi and welcome to this video on Act 2 Scene 2 of Othello. This is just going to be a really short video, and so I'm not going to do the big question or anything like I normally do, but I think it is a real shame if we don't cover this scene because it is actually quite an important one, even though sometimes people ignore it. So in terms of the plot so far, we've seen in the previous scene that Iago has been weaving this web in which he's going to ensnare pretty much all of the characters, and he has prompted Rodrigo to provoke a fight with Cassio so that he can cause Cassio's downfall, and in doing so Iago wants to be able to get himself more into Othello's favour. So in this scene, we see a herald come on and he's announcing the celebration of Othello's marriage with Desdemona. So let's have a little look at what the herald reads, and this is the entire scene. It is Othello's pleasure, our noble and valiant general, that, upon certain tidings now arrived, importing the mere perdition of the Turkish fleet, every man put himself into triumph, some to dance, some to make bonfires, each man to what sport and revels his addiction leads him. For, besides these beneficial news, it is the celebration of his nuptial. So much with his pleasure should be proclaimed. So here the herald has been reading an announcement and now he's speaking on his own. All offices are open and there is full liberty of feasting from this present hour of 5 till the bell have tolled 11. Heaven bless the Isle of Cyprus and our noble General Othello. So if we look at this tiny little scene, it's really important because what we see here is that it's bookended with admiration for Othello, and it uses the same words that Iago used at the end of Act 2 Scene 1. Iago realised that Othello was a noble character, and here we've got the herald coming on saying our noble and valiant general, our noble general Othello. So the word noble really reminds us of Othello's integrity, and by emphasising it here at this point, just before we see Othello lose that integrity a little bit, that juxtaposition really highlights the transformation that comes in Othello's character in Act 2 Scene 3. As well as that, the repetition of the title general reminds us that Othello is a military leader who is in control of this island. And again, that level of control is juxtaposed with him almost losing control in Act 2 Scene 3. So the function of this scene is really to heighten our admiration for the tragic hero, which we're going to see lost as the play proceeds. If we also look, it's quite interesting in this line here that the herald reads the word perdition. So perdition means hell. So the Turkish fleet have been sent to hell. They've been completely destroyed by the storm. But this is a word that pops up again later in the play when Othello says that if he doesn't love Desdemona anymore, perdition will catch his soul. He will be almost as if he's in hell. So it's just an interesting motif that the idea of hell is cropping up. And of course it's Iago who talks about hell first. So often in the play Iago uses a metaphor such as poison or such as hell, and then that seems to insidiously spread through everyone else's vocabulary, like a disease almost. As well as that's what's interesting here is the link between the destruction of the fleet and the wedding of Othello and Desdemona. So it's almost as if war and love are connected, which is very similar to the island of Cyprus as well. It's a place of war, it's been battled over, but it's also supposedly the birthplace of the goddess Aphrodite. So all the way throughout the play we have this connection between the political realm of war and the personal realm of love. And maybe we start to think that does the pressure that's on Othello in the political realm kind of spill over into the personal realm? Do we need a society where actually these things are separated out? Okay, so as I said, very short video. Hope you enjoyed it. And our next video will be on Act 2 Scene 3.